All right, welcome. Today, what I'm going to be showing you is why it's important if you own a local service business, why it's important that you also include how-to videos. And I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to show you why it's extremely important in 2025, especially with AI now coming out and taking a lot of the search areas and things like that. So I'm going to show you this. So Google owns YouTube, second largest search engine in the world. And of course, when you do a video on YouTube, it also could show up on search in Google. So you can see it there because they own it. Now, I'm going to go through something right here. I'm going to share my screen. All right, here we go. So do-it-yourself videos versus watching me do the job videos. Most service businesses, local service businesses will do videos of them doing the job. And we're going to use Hardwood Floor Refinishing as an example today. But what I want you to know is it doesn't matter what your service is, you need to be doing this in 2025. And at the bottom of this, I actually wrote a video sales script for you to give you an idea of how you probably should be doing these videos to get the most impact. I'm going to show you something else today on why it's extremely important to do how-to videos and how many searches happen. 70 to 80% of all searches are how-to. So let me just back up a second. When I go to YouTube most of the time to learn how to do something. Like, a couple of weeks ago, we had a little leak on our faucet, under our faucet. And so I went to YouTube to figure out how to fix a leaky faucet. And so I ended up calling a plumber because I looked at it with all the pitfalls and I'm like, no, it's going to end up costing me more money than it would be if I just bring a plumber out. But anyway, most DIY people are diehard DIY people. So they're going to want to do it. So you're going to have to show them every step. But if 70 to 80% of all the searches are how-to in YouTube, then your video is going to show up a lot more times. And 30 to 40% of the people that watch DIY videos usually hire a professional anyway. So let's just move down a second so I can show you what I mean. Let me go to the next page. Okay, let's discuss the percentage difference. Okay, this is a ballpark. I owned a restoration company. We did water, fire, mold, and roofing, but we also did hardwood floor refinishing. I didn't do hardwood floor refinishing as a business. We did it when someone's house flooded and the wood swelled. We did it from fires when it burnt. So we just fixed we fixed disasters, all right? But we did it and I understand it. This is a good ballpark, right? 70 to 80% of all DIY viewers seek detailed how-to guidance. That means when you're making the video, you're already at the house. So I would get a GoPro camera, I would put it on my head, I would get a GoPro. Let me come back to show you something real quick. You could either use your phone, you can put on a tripod at the other end of the room, and if you do that, you can use something like this. I got this on Amazon. It was like 26 bucks. It's a Bluetooth, not speaker, but mic. So my camera can be way over there, like 50 feet away, and it sounds like I'm right next to it by using one of these. I suggest you get one of these if you're going to be doing these type of videos, or you have somebody video you with a boom mic or something like that, which is way too complicated. Or you use a GoPro on your head and you're actually showing the what you're doing. Man, you're showing it. You're showing how you're doing it. But you can't use a GoPro for when you're explaining what grit sandpaper they got to use, what kind of polyurethane. You're going to have to use a camera and you're going to have to show them as you're doing the video. Okay, let me get back to this now. Go back. All right. So 20 to 30% of these people enjoy watching your video of before, during, after. Most videos are made like that from local service businesses because I watch them. It's like, look at all the scratches. I sanded it. Look at the bare wood, how clean it looks now. No dust anywhere. I did dustless sanding. And then the end, look how beautiful the floor is now that we put our polyurethane on. Or we actually used like a stain because they wanted a different color, then put the polyurethane on, and look how good it looks, okay? So with that being said, with that being said, what's important here is if most people are looking at videos because they want to learn how to do something, and you're only making videos of what it looks like when you do the job, which are important. You need to have those on your website. You should also have those videos. People need to know you know what you're doing. But how much more are they going to know what you're doing if you show them step by step by step and you're the professional? Now, here's the only drawback I have when I talk to my clients, and I have clients around the world. I have clients everywhere that do hardwood flooring finishing. I have Greg Johnson in Seattle. He owns Sandless in Seattle. I have Anthony Casabona in Charlotte, North Carolina. He owns Good House Floor Care. I have Jason, who's down in Tennessee, who does hardwood flooring finishing also. So I have clients everywhere in this world of hardwood flooring finishing. Now, none of them are really making how-to videos step by step, because that sounds kind of scary as a business owner, because why would you do that? Why would you show them your tricks? And why, I'm going to show you right now why you would want to do it. Then I'm going to show you a script I wrote for you here in a second. So let me just pull this over. I went incognito because I'm always on here for my clients. So here I wrote how to refinish hardwood floors. And I'm going to prove something here. 477,000 views 6 years ago. How to refinish hardwood floors, 160,000 views a year ago. You're not going to get, this has nothing. This is Thumbtack. I go down, 19,000 views, how to refinish hardwood floors. This was 1 month ago. 1 month. This is Lowe's taking your business, man. You need to be on there. Don't let Lowe's beat you. Then here's another one, a sponsored ad right here. So this is an ad. And then you have 383,000 views. This old house, we've all heard of that. Here's what I want you to see. How to sand and refinish wood floors, 2 million views. He did this 6 years ago. He's still on the first page of Google. And I bet he also shows up in search on Google. Also, this is YouTube, I mean. Then I wrote, so after seeing this, I wanted you to see this because it's extremely important how you use your keywords, how you write the headline, because sand and refinish got 2 million views. I go here and I use the how to sand hardwood floors, and he is like, look at this. He is number 2 here. This is a sponsored ad. This is the first one. American Sanders got 2.2 million views. He got 2 million views, and see how they're using the word sand. So imagine your headline being how to sand and refinish your hardwood floors in 2025. So now it's current. And do you know you can repurpose your video every year and make it 2026, 2027, so you can keep ranking at the top for something current. And so hardwood floor refinishing, that's a sponsored ad. Let's see what else we got. 4 years ago, floor sanding using an orbital sander. That's a little bit different kind of video. Look at this. Everyone is sanding floors the wrong way. That's a great headline too, because if they're doing it the wrong way, I want to know what the right way is. You got 622,000 views. Anyway, I wanted to show you this because I wanted you to understand how-to videos get most of the searches. You're going to be at the top. People are going to see you. Now, what I told you, I had a bonus for you, didn't I? I told you that I wrote a script for you so you can, here it is. Here's an example of a video you could produce. Now, remember, this is for entertainment only. I'm not saying you got to do it this way. What I did, I understand copywriting, and this is me doing it. Imagine when my copywriters do it for our clients that pay us. I have actual copywriters that work at Top Click Joe. So I wrote you a whole script. You're going to get below this video is where you're going to find it. You're going to find the link to it. And this is a PDF, but I'm going to give you my Google Doc that will be down there so you can open up, make a copy. And that way you could change anything you want to change. Like maybe, it's not a $14,000 mistake. Remember, this is entertainment purposes only, but I understand copywriter. There's got to be an opening. There's got to be a detailed sequence test. Like you got to test the wood. You got to check floor thickness. You got to show people that they only get so many sandings for the lifetime of that floor. I know these things because I've done it. And so they got to check the thickness to make sure they're not going to go down to the actual subfloor, right? Instead of the wood. All right. So then, building tension, stakes, right? Dramatic footage. I show you all that, how you might want to make a video for very good appeal for people. You know, you want people on the edge of their seats, man. You want them going, whoa, man, check that out. Anyway, so keep going. And this, you're going to get this. You can read this yourself. I go all the way down. I show you how to do things. I help you. If anything, this will give you ideas on how to write your own script, right? It'll give you an idea of how the flow needs to look all the way down. You know, you're not a marketing agency, so if you're not working with us, you're going to do this. If you're already a client of ours, we're going to help you with the script. We're going to write a script just for your business, and we're going to do that. I implore you. It's 2025. AI is on stage now. We're very big into AI at Top Click Joe and AI Joe, as you can see me right there as a robot. But you need to know that you want to corner the market against your competitors. This is a way to do it. And like I said, it does not matter what service you're in. Let me take carpet cleaning, for instance. A professional carpet cleaner might use a truck mount steam machine that costs them $80,000, and you know, the suction is unbelievable, and it's 210-degree heat, right? So it's sanitizing the carpet at the same time. Or you might be a DIY person and you go out and rent a machine at Walmart or something like that. You bring it home, you clean it, and then what happens? It starts to smell musty because you soaked the carpet. You didn't know what you were doing. It's not as powerful as an $80,000 machine. I know this because we did mold remediation, and we get calls from people. I cleaned my carpet 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, and it still smells musty. Could you come out and check for mold? That's the first question. Did you clean your carpets? Yes, we did. We rented one of those machines. We pull the carpet up. The whole subfloor is full of mold. The DIY person thought they were saving money, like doing it for $100 themselves. Now it costs them thousands and thousands of dollars to remediate that mold off the subfloor. Plus, they got to buy all new carpet, so they end up spending well over $10,000 on something that might have cost them $300 or $400 to get a professional. So when you're doing these videos, it's good to show them every step, but you got to remember, you got to explain the pitfalls. Hardwood floor refinishing would be like, if you're not going steady with that machine, like a steady push, you're going to, let's say the phone rings and you get on the phone, you're not a professional, and you're like, it runs for a second, you turn it off, right? And you talk, you get back on, then you can start going again. Then you look back and there's this dip in the floor. Now you got to sand the whole floor again so the dip's not there, because if you use polyurethane with that dip, you're going to see it. It's going to look like a swimming pool. And then there's other pitfalls, like if you don't understand how to start pulling that polyurethane when you pour it on the floor, you can pull, you can puddle, and then there's going to be this puddle on your floor when it dries. So if you're selling your house and they're a DIY person, you got to tell them, yes, you might save a few $1,000s, but now you got to hire a professional to get it fixed. Now it just costs you twice as much, right? So, but there are a lot of DIY people out there. They're going to want to do it no matter what you say, but you always got to give them an out. You always got to give them a reason to hire you. You're not just doing this video to teach people how to do floors themselves so you can go out of business. You're doing it so you can beat places like Lowe's and Home Depot and all those videos I just showed you on YouTube. So you're at the top because you're using the word 2025, so it's current. And so now you start ranking, and like 60 to 70% of these people that are watching these DIY videos, 30 to 40% of those people are going to hire you. And that's a proven fact because they watch your video. Yes, it looks very interesting. Yes, you're showing them every step. And when I say every step, I mean every step. You can't leave anything out, because then you're going to get a bad rap for leaving this important part out. I understand the feeling of feeling like, man, I'm not going to give my secrets away. I'm not going to show people every step and what I use. Now, remember, they're not going to use the polyurethane you're using, and you're going to say that. You're going to go to a big box store like Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware store, right? You're going to go there and buy this. So you're going to show them, like, you're probably going to get, this is a very good polyurethane. I use advanced stuff because I'm a professional. I don't buy my sandpaper at these big box stores because I have a supplier, because I do this every day. Mine might be a little different than yours, but this is the next best thing. You want to make sure you're differentiating you from them when you're making these videos, because you want to give them a reason to call you. If you're a carpet cleaner, you want to let them know about the horror stories of mold growing, because your $80,000 truck mount is going to suck all that moisture out where it'll be dry in 2 or 3 hours. These machines that you rent plug into 110, and if you're not careful, you're going to leave that carpet soaked. And not only that, you're going to use harsh chemicals that make your carpet kind of crunchy. I know this because I've been in this business a long time. Or the stains are going to come back through, right? You might look like you got the stain out, but once it wicks back up, the stain's there. But it's not really the stain coming back sometimes. It's the high pH cleaner attracting dirt from your feet. So they're thinking the stain came back. So there's a difference in a professional and a DIY person. But there's always going to be those people that are going to do it anyway. You're not going to get them as a client. They never were going to hire you. But what about that 30 to 40% that would never have seen this video that will hire you because you are the professional? You gave your time up to show them every freaking step. Okay. Now remember, you can download my script. It's there, the VSL script, video sales letter. Look at it, change it, do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, in 2025, if you're not doing how-to videos, you're going to get left behind. If you're a client of ours, we're already going to be talking to you about this. We're going to help you with the scripts. We'll write them for you with our copywriters, in-house copywriters. If you're not a client, this should help you understand that you need to do these types of videos because your competitors are not going to be doing it. And if you're doing it, you're going to be at the top. You're going to beat them. It's going to be crazy. And you know what? If you're doing Google Ads if you're doing Google Ads with us, we're going to start pushing you towards these and make. Not only do we want you to rank organically, but we can use sponsored ads that put you at the very top of how to, so everybody's seeing it in your area. All right. Have a great day. Thank you for watching, and peace out.